Ryan Reynolds has a new name for Deadpool 3, Henry's return as Superman may have hit a snag, and we've got our first official look at Indiana Jones 5. But before we get into everything, make sure you tap that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you'll be the first to know when we drop all the latest news.
The best geek news!
Hello, I'm Chris Killian, and it appears as of this morning that Twitter is still up and running.
For now.
Today, Empire Magazine dropped our first official look at Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones for Indiana Jones 5, and I'm happy to report that he looks like Indiana Jones.
Well, that's good news.
As reported by Variety, Ryan Reynolds is now referring to the currently untitled Deadpool 3 not as Deadpool 3, but rather he's calling it the Deadpool / Wolverine film. You get it? Slash, because it's Wolverine.
Good title.
According to The Wrap, Henry Cavill's return as Superman may have hit a slight snag despite his recent cameo in Black Adam, as they are reporting there's currently no writer or director attached to the project, and there's currently not even a formal deal with Cavill to return.
Excuse me? Baking powder?
In addition to this, they're claiming there's no forward momentum on the Superman sequel as newly installed DC studio bosses James Gunn and Peter Safran have been busy fine-tuning their long plan for the DCU, which is exactly the kind of news I was hoping to hear right before the weekend.
I'm sure it'll all work itself out.
Earlier this week, I had a chance to sit down with the cast of Slow Horses on Apple TV Plus, including Jack Loudon, and if you watch the show, I think you'll appreciate this.
The second season, it has to be better. The stakes have to be higher. I can only imagine that this season, that means Jackson's farts are more incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember now. I don't think I'm in any scenes where he does that this time, but I can imagine he goes full throttle as always.
I also went ahead and asked which novel from the book series they plan to adapt next, and here's the answer I got.
I'm not entirely sure what I can say on that, but yeah, well, I can definitely confirm we're shooting the third season. I think the idea is to do all of the books and all that he's written, and but you know, it doesn't. That's why I read the books only sort of as I'm shooting or after I've shot one of the seasons, because you know, you have to deviate from the books quite a bit at certain points to make, you know, dramatic sense and whatever's the best thing for the show. So but I'm Mick's in the writing room. The author is in the writing room all the time. So yeah, I'm sure someone's keeping an eye on it.
And that's that for Friday. Thank you all so much for stopping by to check out the show. Have a great weekend, and you know, try not to let that Henry news or the impending implosion of Twitter bother you too much.
Easier said than done.
All of the stories in this video came from articles written on ComicBook.com, so if you'd like to read more about some of today's news with your own eyeballs, feel free to head over to ComicBook.com, where we work 24/7 to keep you up to speed on all the latest. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff, all of which are linked below. If you're someone who likes listening to other people argue for hours on end about this sort of stuff, we've got you covered there as well with Comic Book Nation, hosted by Kofi Outlaw every Friday, or our Marvel-focused podcast hosted by my best friend of me, Brandon Davis, now on Thursdays. If you want some behind-the-scenes antics or previews of my cosplay, or you want to know what it's like to live on a spaceship for months at a time with no genuine human interaction, find me on Instagram at CKComedy or Twitter at Chris Killian, all linked below.